Hi, hello, I'm back with another review. Let's talk about Baddies. All right, let's go. Episode starts off with Jayla and Summer still going back and forth and calling each other out. Jayla says that Summer is very classless, nasty, bottom feeder, not on the same level as her. And Summer's like, well, you gotta stick up your ass. You're so like hard-headed, you're mad rude, you're very unlikable, you don't want to be talking with nobody, you stink, blah 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 blah, right? So Natalie comes up with this idea. The club we're going to has a boxing ring in it. You two will box and whoever loses is going home. To which we should have knew that was some bullshit, because she's not gonna kick Jayla out and she's not gonna kick Summer out, because Summer is the one that brings the ratings to the show. Natalie's not stupid. So in this bus, which was kind of confusing, all these girls all of a sudden had a comment about Jayla. The only two that didn't have a comment was Pretty P and Jasmine in the back. Now, Big Lex, gotta call you out. You my girl, so I'm gonna call you out. I don't know in what world you think that if me and you fight, we gonna be friends. Me and you fought twice. Why would we be friends? We put hands and feet on each other. Why do you think I would be open to being your friend after that? So for Lex to sit here and say, yeah, like, I know we had our fight and stuff, but we got over it. Like, that is what it is. She's just been very standoffish ever since. Yeah. I'm not being besties or cool with nobody who I have to put my hands and feet on. I'm just saying. Lexus, not gonna lie, it just seemed like you wanted to say something here because your insight on the whole thing didn't make any kind of sense. But love you, girl. Bad Dolly's just writing for her friend, talking about, yeah, Jayla's always mad standoffish, like she don't really be trying to get to know the newbies, all this other stuff. And Jayla don't have to get to know y'all. That's the thing. Jayla is truly an OG, just like Natalie. They are from the same freaking show, the same show that laid the foundation for this show. Jayla don't give somebody who wants to talk to every single person in the room. And you could tell because when y'all did that roller skating thing, there was so much footage online of Jayla like saying hi to one or two fans and then she wouldn't talk to nobody else. Jayla don't give that personality of she's just about to be a social butterfly. So to come down on her for it is kind of crazy. And I'm with you, Jayla. You don't got to talk to nobody you don't want to talk to. But also at the same time, you have to understand when you have that energy on a TV show like Baddies, there's going to be backlash about it. Like, we've seen all the baddies try to get to know each other. They fought each other. They was cool after, whatever the case was. And you're not following the form. So, yeah, that's why Natalie put you on the chopping block. You're just there coasting. So, the only thing here that was important was the fact that she was on this bus dressed ready for a fight, acting like she was actually about to do something, knowing that we all know she's the worst fighter on this show right now, right next to Slim. And then she said when she wins, she's going to stay on the show and also get her Baddies chain. Summer, if you didn't get it by now, I'm not too sure you're going to get it for the rest of the season. But that's just me. So we get to the fight and we see Jayla and Summer going back and forth. Summer is a swimmer fighter, meaning she gonna swing like this as opposed to holding her head up and getting her shots in and bobbing and weaving. Jayla was the one with her head up giving in. Bro, she was mink, booka boop. She was doing Summer dirty. So much so that she knocked Summer's helmet off and then gave her a right jab and popped something right in her face. Woo, girl. So it was very safe to say Jayla won that fight. And then somewhere in the mix, two other girls from the crowd got in the ring and started fighting. It was just these two big girls, and I don't know who won. Jayla said the girl in white won. I'm not sure, but it was very random. So now we get to this altercation in the club, to which I remember seeing this on Twitter. The fans were in the crowd chanting for Stunna Girl's music. Natalie's like, well, I don't have no beef with Stunna Girl. She definitely was a part of the Baddies branding. She was a part of the Baddies, and we're going to support all the girls that was ever on Baddies. So yeah, go ahead. If the fans want it, play her music. Biggie rolled up on Natalie and snatched the mic out of her hand, talking about we ain't playing no Stunna Girl music, not blah 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 blah. I've been on this show longer. We need to have loyalty to me. I'm uncomfortable. I don't like it. Blah 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 blah. To which I'm surprised they didn't show Biggie snatching the mic out of Natalie's hand on the show. So Natalie is getting on the mic and she's calling Biggie all types of fat, all types of ugly, all types of this, all types of that. And Biggie's over there just having a heart attack because she feels disrespected that they play Stunna Girl's music. So Natalie is in the confessional. She's like, I'm just not understanding why Biggie would do all of this, because Stunna Girl was a part of the Baddies brand. She was a huge moment for Baddies itself. Why can we not support her music? Like, you're over here concerned about someone who don't even think about you. And Biggie's like, I've been on this season for 4 years. I've been loyal to y'all. I haven't been messing with none of y'all ops. I haven't done none of that. So the fact that y'all gonna play my ops music, I feel disrespected. And you know what, Biggie? To an extent, I feel you. If you know I don't like that girl, don't play her music. That's about as disrespectful as Drake coming to your nightclub and you're playing Not Like Us. So I totally get it. But on the flip side, y'all two was co-workers. Y'all two helped build the Baddie brand. That was your first season on Baddies. Your beef with Stunna gave you the recognition that you kind of sort of needed. And every now and then, sometimes Zeus will show some love to somebody that was on Baddies. We see them being posted on the Baddies T pages and all this other stuff, to which we know some of them Baddie T pages is funded by Zeus themselves, but that's not the here or there. And you say that you're a boss is not going to be worried about what someone else is doing. Okay, play Stunna Girl music. I'm not fazed by it. I won't dance to it. But yeah, play. If the fans want to hear it, go ahead. I'm not shaking nor stirred. That girl ain't got nothing to do with me. She going through a divorce. She got shot. And I'm still here on Baddies, safe and being cute. But that's not the mentality Biggie's going to have. Biggie is very quick to play the victim. So the next day they get on the bus and they talk about the altercation, and Biggie's like, yeah, I just felt like you was purposely trying to play me because you're also known for playing with everybody when it comes to the ops. So it just felt like you was disrespecting me. And Natalie's like, no, if I knew that it was going to hurt your feelings, I would not have played the song. So I apologize if you felt like I was coming at you maliciously or whatnot, because that's not what I was trying to do. The fans asked for the song and I played the song. It's not that big of a deal, realistically, because the girl's not even on the show. So they get to this like ranch thing. I think this was just a pit stop for them to have a little scene here. Natalie automatically starts calling out Biggie, saying, just because you started doing all that hoopla all over the stage in front of the people where we're supposed to be getting our bag, and now it's all over the internet, you've been demoted. You ain't getting no more private jets. You ain't doing none of that shit no more. Like, Natalie clearly had to make Biggie the example to let all the other OGs know, don't y'all ever in y'all life try to disrespect me publicly like that. And Biggie's like, yeah, I don't care because, yeah, I spent most of my seasons on the bus and I like the bus anyway, so it's fine. I don't care. And she's like, I only reacted that way because I felt like you was purposely trying to come at me. You was purposely trying to like fuck with me. So Summer comes up and she's like, but nobody's thinking about you in that moment. Like, I don't understand why you think you're so, like, you're that important to Natalie. To which Natalie was like, Summer has a good point. Why would you think I'm purposely trying to do this shit to you? And I have to agree with Summer. Biggie, I want you to understand, how many times has Natalie got to show you she don't care about you for you to actually realize she don't care about you? She just feels bad for you. She don't really necessarily care about you. Even when they got on the private jet after this, she said, yeah, I just be feeling bad for Biggie so much. Like, I could have smacked her last night, but I didn't. I just couldn't bring myself to do it. I just felt bad for her. So Biggie, can we please like let this nonsense go? Because realistically, you all about that bag. You could have fucked up the bag that night, to be honest. You could have had a talk with Natalie after that if you so cool with her and be like, yo, I kind of just didn't respect the fact that you played Stunna Girl's music like that. That made me feel very uncomfortable, and then the fans were probably gonna like jeer at me and talk about me, and I'm the one that's here on this show actively. So we need to do a better job at like protecting our baddies. She could have did that, but of course Biggie's not gonna do that. She needs a moment. I scratched the fuck out my neck, by the way. So next, here comes Slim looking like a Grand Theft Auto prostitute. And she's like, I'm not an assistant no more, blah, 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 blah. She's acting like she's a baddie, realistically. And Natalie pulls up a video of Slim being at the club drinking and having fun with all the girls in the crowd. And Rolly's like, no, girl, that's not what you were hired for. And you're not a baddie anymore. Like, you're like, once I fire you, you don't stay on this show. Slim's like, I don't care. I'm going to be a baddie anyway. But I'm not an assistant. I never was an assistant. I'm going to do whatever I want. But she just looked real bad. And who's doing her makeup and hair? Because she never looks good. Like, never looks good. I'm sorry. So essentially, Rolly said that she could stay one more night, get her last little outs out, like have her little fun, and then she getting out the next day when they get to the next town. And from the previews, it looks like Rolly kicks her out and then she starts beating on Slim. So we gonna see what happens next episode. Now, this bus scene was interesting because we get Anna, who agreed to get on the bus with Biggie so she's not by herself. Don't even realize they're gonna get on the bus with their op Nunu. Nunu and Anna start talking and they're like squashing the beat, saying like, we're done with it. Tired of fighting you, whatever the case is. I apologize, she apologized, cool, move on. However, Nunu specifically calls out Biggie, and she's like, you had no right to sneak me, because like, why would, like, I don't have an issue with you. Me and you have never had an issue. My issue was with Anna. Why'd you swing on me? And Biggie says, because your friend snuck me. Your friend snuck me. And you know what, Biggie? I gotta call you out again. All this energy you having for Nunu right now, why you ain't have that for jail when she actually walked up and puffed you in the face? Now you think you somebody, you think you tough because you running down on somebody who didn't even care about you in the first place? You did sneak her because there was no reason for you to fight her. Granted, she saw you walking up on her mad aggressive. She should have been ready. But you snuck her off the idea of your beef was not with her. That was Anna's beef. And even Anna had to sit here and be like, yeah, like, we jumped her. We got to take the L on that because that's not something that we should be doing. But Biggie hard-headed. And I'm kind of getting sick of her antics. And I'm glad Nunu and Anna was able to just drop the beef. I don't need them to be friends, but just drop it because I don't want to see y'all fighting every week. However, Biggie, you're going to have to get this one-on-one. And it seems like you're going to get that one-on-one with Nunu next week. And I hope she dusts you like a dust bunny, not going to lie. Because I'm tired of you doing this little victim thing and then acting like you got any right to have any reactions to anything. We don't want to hear it, boo.